Welcome everyone to Pest Gaming, and I'm going to show you how to make an XP system in Rec Room. First thing we need is a trigger volume, a ball variable, an if chip, two delays, make sure the first delay is set to 60 seconds, a event definition, a event sender, a random int, two string, a event receiver, show local subtitles, string format. Make sure the string format says basically what it says here. A add chip, a int variable, a toString, a show notifications, a string format, and a button. First things first, we need to wire the trigger volume to this if chip and wire the ball variable to this if chip. Make it so the ball variable will execute on the else. So it means this can only be triggered once. Wire the then to the delay. Set the after delay of this delay chip to this delay on run. And then set the run on the second delay to this delay. See how I've set it up. Now the second thing you need to do, or third thing or whatever. Set the after delay to this random int. It's going to randomly choose a number for your XP. How much exactly you want. So now you need to wire the random int to the event sender XP. And write this int variable of what random number of the XP, how much XP you're going to get, to the value of this toString, and to the add. Okay, well, I forgot which one it was. Basically, like this, you wire the add on the end of the add to the start of the int variable, and the start of the add to the int variable on the other side. Make sure it's wired to the random int, so it's going to add a number of this int variable. This int variable is going to save your XP. One thing I forgot to do is you need to set it to a cloud variable if you want to save it. You want to save how much XP the player has got, you need to save it here. Now we need to wire the toString to this string variable. This is going to show a subtitle saying the amount of XP, and it's going to say added. You don't have to do this, it just looks nice. You need to wire the show local subtitles to the event receiver. You have to do that. And then you have to wire the end of the event sender to the int variable. So it's going to set the number of whatever is randomly chosen. Now, next we're going to set it up so we're going to set up the show XP button so you can see exactly how much XP you've got. So you need to wire the int variable to the toString. Wire the output on the toString to the string format. It's like the same with the number of XP and then added, but this basically just says XP and then the number of XP is saved. Now you just need to wire the result of the string format to the show notification. And then you just have to wire the show notification to the button. Now, if I push the button, it's going to say I have 0 XP. The reason why I have 0 XP is because, oh yes, I have not triggered the system. Simple way how it works is when trigger volume is being triggered, it's going to check if this has already been triggered for that local player. If it hasn't been triggered for the local player, that's going to set this ball variable to true, making it so that player can't trigger this again unless they leave and rejoin. And then once that's done, the if chip will start this delay system. This delay system is like a clock. It's going to run every 60 seconds. If you want to change the time of how quickly you want to get XP or how slowly, you just change that number there. So for testing purposes, I'm going to set that to 10 seconds. For the amount of XP you want to get, you don't have to randomize it. You could just set how much XP you just want to add instead of actually having a random int. But I like having a random int. Randomizes stuff, so it's more fun. So, for instance, if I wanted the minimum amount of XP for the player to get is 5, and the max amount is 10, it's going to choose a number between 5 and 10, and that number is going to get saved to the variable. This system will only work every time the delay loop starts. So it basically means whatever time you set here is the time it's going to be before you get XP. This only needs to be triggered once per player. And this button, you can actually have it wired separately to something else. Like, for instance, if I wanted multiple buttons, that's pretty easy. Just get another show notification and another button. Wire this show notification to this button and wire the variable to the string format. So this button does the same amount as this button. Now let's see how the system works. So if I put my hand in this trigger volume every 10 seconds, it should basically give me XP. Did I trigger it? I think I might have screwed up or something. Oopsie. Let's see, what did I do wrong? Yeah, everyone, just to let you know, this happens quite a lot. If you screw up on something, don't be ashamed because... Wait a minute. Okay, apparently it does work. Oh, I know why. You need to not set it to then. You need to set this to the output on the bool variable, because the thing is, that is saying what to do after it's already been triggered and set to true. You don't want it to do anything. So this is the system. Have a good look of how we've done it. Trigger volume activates the system, so put this at spawn. When the trigger volume's been triggered, it's going to run this if chip. If the if chip is set to true, that means the player's already triggered it. If it's false, then it hasn't been triggered. Once it's been set to true, that means it can't be run anymore for that player. And then this delay clock will start running. Don't forget, this number is how long you want before you get XP. After the delay system, the random int variable is going to choose an XP amount from 5 to 10. You can change this to whatever you like. Then this is going to go to event sender. This event sender is so it shows the local player the subtitle of how much XP they get every whatever time this will be. And then after the event sender has been executed, it's going to save whatever info of what number you've got to the int variable. And when the button is pressed, this string variable is going to tell the show notification what amount of XP you have. And the event receiver is basically to say, oh yes, you've been given so-and-so XP. So like it says the number of XP you've just got given, and it's going to say that number and then added XP. That's going to be put into the shown local subtitle, and this will be run every time this system works. So you only get given, it will only tell you how much XP has been added when the loop goes through yet again. There's one thing I forgot to tell you. You need a event duration. That's one thing you do need. The event duration needs to be linked to the event sender and the event receiver. I'm going to make sure the event layer is set up how I've set it up. So like on the event sender, it needs to be linked to the event duration. So like, you know, for instance, this is called XP. I've set it to XP. You need to make sure it's set to local. On the events receiver, make sure it's set up to the same thing. So this is how you make an XP system for a military or anything you like. Hope you had a nice time. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. And go in the comment section and tell me what other CV2 tech I should tell you. Like, tell me exactly what type of the circuitries you would like me to teach you. This is all. This is Pest Gaming you've been watching. Have a nice day.